beloved acharyas. At the same time, one of our least spoken about acharya. So we will make an attempt to say a few things based on some notes that I took many years ago, almost about 12, 13 years ago. Thank you. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj had an extraordinary spiritual journey. He was born in a place called Faridpur in what is modern day Bangladesh. It used to be called as East Bengal. And his name was Vamshi Das. Do not mistaken him to be same as Vamshi Das Babaji, who is a different personality. Vamshi Das, by profession, was a grain broker. So he was a businessman. And he got married when he was 12 years old. Of course, his wife actually came home when he was 21 years old and she was 18 years old. So actually when we say he was married at 12, it doesn't mean that he was married in this common sense we have today. The wife would go back to the father's house and grow up there. And then when the time is right, she would be coming to the house of the husband. However, as fate would have it, she lost her life when Gaur Kishore Das, or Vamshi Das at that time, was only 29 years old. And he had a very strong inner calling to run away from this world and do something for Gauranga. In fact, so much was his determination that everything that he would think, he would achieve. Such a powerful personality. He appeared on 17th of November, 1838, and his disappearance day was also 17th of November, 1915, when he was 77 years old. Of course, when his wife left this world, his inner calling of renunciation was awakened, and he ran on foot. Can we shut those doors, please? Oh no, the guests are coming. Maybe we can shut one of them. I don't know how we can manage it. Or maybe we can request the devotees not to speak loudly. So, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Vamshi Das as he was known, he runs away from his house in Faridpur and he runs to Vrindavan, thousands of miles away. No food, no water, only running. That was his calling, to go to Vrindavan. So much determination. In Vrindavan, he went to meet several sadhus, and one such sadhu who really touched his life was known as Bhaktivedanta Das Babaji Maharaj. And he immediately surrendered to Bhaktivedanta Das Babaji Maharaj and took initiation from him. Now you might wonder, well, in the Guru Parampara we see Gaur Kishore and Bhaktivinod. So where is Bhagavad Das Babaji featuring here? So this is a Shiksha Parampara. Shiksha Diksha combined Parampara. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji took initiation from Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj, who gave him Babaji Vesh, which means he was given the renounced order of a Babaji. Babajis don't carry the danda and sannyas, what the sannyasis carry. Sannyasis are allowed 2 pairs of clothes. Babajis are not allowed anything. So he did not carry anything with him, except there was something he did carry. I'll tell you about it. And then at that point, Bhagavad Das Babaji gave him the name Gaur Kishore. So he was known as Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Right from the beginning, he was residing at Sri Radha Kund and around Govardhan. And he would loiter in various forests in Vrindavan. And wherever he would go, he would stay there for some time, at least for 3 days and nights. But the way he would stay was very unusual. Would you like to hear? Yes. When we go and stay somewhere, how do we stay? We want air-conditioned room. We want clean toilets, maybe with air freshener. We want a lift if it's on a higher floor. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he said, every particle of dust in Vrindavan is worshipable. So he would stay in Vrindavan in these different places in complete prostration, full dandavats. That's how he would stay. And that's how he would eat while doing full dandavat. If somebody would give him something. And if he would stand, he would do dandavat again. That was his mood. He would roll in the dust of Braj, considering every particle of dust to be auspicious, as it had touched the lotus feet of the Lord. In the 3 worlds, whether it's Vaikuntha, there is actually Vaikuntha in this world. You might say, well, 3 worlds, there is no Vaikuntha. No, there is Vaikuntha in this world. There are 3 Vaikunthas in this world. One which is above Brahmalok, one which is at Dhruvalok, one which is under Patal Lok. 5th canto, if you read, you'll understand. But whether it's Vaikuntha within this world or whether, as it's depicted in that painting, the Vaikuntha planets, innumerable Vaikuntha planets outside of the sphere of Goloka, or whether it is Dwarka or Mathura, the Lord has always got his shoes on. He always wears his shoes, except in Braj. So Braj is the only place where the Lord directly puts his lotus feet on the dust of that land. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji would roll in that dust. And he spent 27 years in Braj, in that divine surrendered mood. Until in March of 1874, it was declared by all the residents of Radhakund and surrounding area that finally we have discovered the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya in Mayapur. Who discovered it? Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, empowered by Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. By the way, this Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj was a direct disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So Gaur Kishore immediately took permission from all the Dhamvasis and said, could I visit the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya? I have never been there in my life. So he left Vraj to go to the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. And this year was 1874. And he stayed in Yogapith My apologies, it was 1894. He stayed in Yogapet and surrounding areas in ways which are not understandable to us, like in Avadut. For many years I was wondering, how would you define an Avadut? Who is an Avadut? How would you define an Avadut? Anyone? You know who an Avadut is? Yes.
From his externals, that person does not look like a sophisticated gentleman or a person who is following the regulatory principles, like putting tilak and like that. He's a devotee at heart.
He's a devotee, but from his externals, one cannot recognize him because he could look like any other person. Very good. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Damodar? You have to be a little bit louder, please. He doesn't follow any of the social orders. Yes, he does not follow any of the external social orders. I found in one of the commentaries of Chaitanya Bhagavat, one Bengali commentary, a very nice, simple definition of Avadut. And I thought it was very simple but very profound. And then I read a similar definition given by Sadaputta Prabhu, who is Srila Prabhupada's disciple. He's written many biographies. And the way it was defined is that an Avadut just has him and Krishna. Nothing in between. The world doesn't exist. For all of us, there is us, there is the world, and there is Krishna. Because we see the world, because we are aware of the world, we have dealings which are worldly, which we make devotional. But for an Avadut, there is only him and there is Krishna. So Gaur Kishodas Babaji was one such Avadut. He had one pair of kopin, undergarments, which was made of cloth that was taken from the Ganges as a leftover of the corpses which were burnt and thrown in the Ganges. If some piece of cloth was floating, he would accept that cloth as his kopin, as his undergarment. But he did have a possession. His guru, Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj, had given his lion skin cap. Bhagavad Das Babaji used to wear a lion skin cap, and Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj also had a wooden stamp with the words Hare Krishna in Bengali. Those two Gaur Kishodas Babaji possessed. Actually, later on, he gifted these to Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1900 when Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took initiation from Gaur Kishodas Babaji. And Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes about it. What else? How would he eat? He would eat, literally, the mud from the banks of the Ganga. He would take the mud, he would roast the mud under the sun, he would offer it to his deities, and he would eat. And he also had one other possession. I'll tell you one pastime. Once, one very wonderful Gaudiya Vaishnava approached Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj and asked him, Babaji Maharaj, how can I become a pure devotee? Please tell me, how can I become a pure devotee? Does anyone know the answer? Yes. Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Yes. Babaji Maharaj actually said, you can become a pure devotee in 2 paise. How much? 2 paise. 2 paise in those days is equal to maybe 2 pounds today. So you can become a pure devotee in 2 pounds. So this devotee was curious. What do you mean? And Babaji Maharaj said, if you can simply buy Prarthana, which is a book of prayers by Narottam Das Thakur, and Prema Bhakti Chandrika, these 2 books have the final conclusion of all the Vedas. And if you read these 2 books and absorb that philosophy, lead your life according to the instruction of these 2 books, you become a pure devotee. So becoming a pure devotee in 2 paise. So this was also one of his possessions. However, there was a problem. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji did not have a formal education. He could not read or write. And yet, he possessed these 2 books. Whenever somebody would come to see him, he would give these books. They would come to see him and say, please, we want to serve you. He would give these books and say, please read. Please read these books for me. That is how he would listen to these books. And he had a begging bowl that sometimes, because he did not have any specific place to stay, and he did not even carry a jhola. Jhola means a bag. The begging bowl was a burden for him. So he would take the begging bowl and put it on his head like a cap and walk around. He would stay under a broken boat near the banks of the Ganges. And after the fishermen who would be selling the fish, sometimes, I never went to a fish market in my life or had any fish, so I don't know, but it seems that fish, when they go bad or something, they throw them away and the skin gets rotten and the bones it's only the bones left, something like that. So what he would do is, after the fishermen have gone, after selling their fish and some rotten fish have been thrown, some local animals would come and bite those fish and leave the bones. Babaji Maharaj would go and collect all those bones, and he would place those bones around his boat. The broken boat under which he was staying, he would place all the fish, dead fish, and the bones around his boat so that nobody would disturb him. Unusual. It's not easy to understand the heart and mind of a devotee. He would also sometimes visit Godrumadvip. And in Godrumadvip, he would go to this beautiful place, Shananda Shukhada Kunj, which is the house of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And in the house of Bhaktivedanta Thakur, he would visit that house from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that's the time when Bhaktivedanta Thakur would daily recite Srimad Bhagavatam out loud and discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam. So since 1894, he was in Navadvip. Since 1897, he would go and attend Bhaktivedanta Thakur's sessions every single day. And that's where he met this young boy who later on took initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. And what was the name given to this young boy, the son of Bhaktivedanta? Okay, so his name was Bimala Prasad, because after eating the Maha of Bimla Devi is next to Jagannath in Jagannath temple. After eating the Mahaprasad of Bimla Devi, the wife had conceived, and so Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave the name Bimala Prasad. But Gaur Kishore Das Babaji gave a different name, initiated name. What was his name? Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita Das. That was the name given by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji to Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And in the year 1908, when Gaur Kishore Das Babaji had been there for some time in Navadvip, he lost his external eyesight. He could not see anymore. And although he could not see anymore, he was constantly behaving as if he is immersed in live darshan of Gauranga Leela. And anyone who came to disturb him and to bother him, especially those who came. Could you sit in this direction, please? Yeah? The ladies can sit here, and the men can sit here. Yeah? So, anyone who came asking for initiation, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji had a broom. He would say yes. He would stand up and beat the heck out of that person who asked him for initiation. He said, "This is my initiation for you." So, the only disciple he had was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And many wonderful pastimes. And he's also written one song which I would like to sing. Does anyone know the song? Yeah? Huh? Yes. Kothai go premamai radhe radhe. We will sing that song, at least just the gist of that song. But I'd like to speak a few pastimes. You see, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji did not believe in performing devotional service. Do you understand that statement? Are we all performing devotional service? How many of us are performing devotional service? Raise our hands. Or trying to perform devotional service? Yes. What about the others? But he did not believe in performing devotional service because he thought that performing devotional service means we are performing. Performance. It's only an external. So he did not have the concept of performing. He only had a concept of living devotional service. We cannot understand this. Are you following what I'm saying? You know what a performance is? Somebody can do a performance of drama, performance of whatever. We can do performance of giving class, performance of kirtan, performance of arti. You know, you can go to some places in India, I will not say it loud, but you know, they do very special kind of arti. It's a performance. It's arti, but it's performance. Some people give class and they cry and they laugh and they, you know, there is song and dance. It's a performance. Bhagavad Sapta performance. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji cut through all these performances and established the real method of performing devotional service or living devotional service. So, when somebody came to him once, very nice devotee, his name was Haren Babu. He came to him and said, Babaji Maharaj, please come and bless my home. And Babaji Maharaj said, okay. He went to his house, but he said, I will not enter your house. I'll sit outside near the Mori, which means the place where people wash their hands and feet and gargle. They do it outside the house. Now, of course, we do everything inside the house. But the olden system was everything, toilets were outside the house. Even in England. Even in America, even now, if you go and you say you have an outhouse, you know what an outhouse means? In England, it means you have a shed or you have an annex, right? But in America, an outhouse means you have a toilet which is outside the house. So if you invite an American to your house and you say, I have an outhouse, they might think something different. Eh? But previously, it was outside. So, Gaur Kishodas Babu said, I will not enter the house. Haren Babu could not convince him. Haren Babu then asked him to have some prasadam. Hare Krishna, Haribol. No photographs, please. Thank you. And no talking. So, she was taking a photograph with her back on the deity, and here's a nice photo with the deity. You can't get closer to Krishna like that. So Naren Babu fed him, and he went back to his bhajan kutir, and he vomited, and he stopped talking to Naren Babu for 3 days, and he said, I wish I would not have come to your house, because you offered the prasad to Gauranga, but Gauranga did not accept your prasad, because the money with which you bought that bhoga was from a low-class lady. This was how connected he was to Gauranga. He could taste the prasad and understand whether Gauranga actually honored it or not. Another time, a young couple went to Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj and said, Babaji, we want to really serve you. Give us your blessings. We would like to serve you. We are newly married. Give us your blessings. Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj said, I cannot bless you. Simply take the name of Gauranga and you will be blessed. But this couple, newlywed, they were insistent. Do you want to hear the blessing he gave? And the service that he asked for? So blessing he gave is, you should serve your wife day and night. Make sure you massage her feet until she goes to bed. When she wakes up, you should have the breakfast ready for her. Feed her for 7 days and night, make her happy. And feed her excessively. And you want to serve me? Then do this service. After you have fed her excessively, when she goes to the toilet, collect all the toilet and the urine in buckets. Bring them to me, and where I am sitting, pile it all around me. This is your service for me. This is the renunciation. We think we are fasting today, Ekadashi. Aaj to main nirjal karish khabar tamne. I am so renounced. Today I am doing nirjala. I am so renounced. This is not renunciation. External renunciation. He was against those who were fake. One Bhagavad Kathakar was very famous, visiting Gaur Mandal. And he was giving katha, and in between he was shouting, Gaura, Gaura. And immediately, when this was heard by Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj said, he is not chanting the name of Gaura. Haribol, you can go out and speak, yeah? So, he was not chanting Gaura, Gaura. This person, this Bhagavad Kathakar, is chanting Maura, Maura. You understand what is Maura? Maura was like a currency, 50-pound note kind of a currency. Not a note, but a coin. So, Gaur Kishodas Babaji said, externally you might think he is chanting Gaura, Gaura. But reality is he is chanting, give me money, give me money. He is just making a show of his devotional service. Anyone who sells, Gaur Kishodas Babaji said, anyone who sells some food item for business is a low-class person. Anyone who sells his own body, like a prostitute, is even lower. But anyone who sells his love for Krishna, his love for Gauranga, for cheap adoration, anyone who sells the katha of the Lord, the kirtan of the Lord, that person is the lowest. So he was very careful to establish true devotional service. And true devotional service means that one is constantly guarding oneself from pride and prestige. When Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj was asked, what is true devotional service? What is true devotional service? True devotional service is one who guards oneself from pride and prestige. You see, this pride and prestige is so precious to everyone. It doesn't go away even if you don't have any possession or very little possession. Pride and prestige. Do you want to hear a story? Small story, short story? Yes? Okay. There was an old lady. She was very poor. Her son had died. Her husband had also died. So she was old, in her 70s. And she was living in a thatched hut with practically just some utensils and a few, a little bit of hay and a couple of cows in the barn. She didn't have much of anything. Practically no possessions, maybe some clothes. However, her mother-in-law had given her 2 thick gold bangles. 2 thick gold bangles. Now that to her was the real pride. Actually, she didn't possess much. But the bangles, she was very proud of. And since she had those bangles, she wanted to make sure people notice. What is the nature of pride? Nature of pride and prestige is that we want to be noticed. That's what increases our pride and prestige. If we are not noticed, our pride and prestige won't be there anymore. A fallen star is not worshipped, they say. Right? So we want to be always up, noticeable in the sky. So this lady, she didn't have any possession, but she had these bangles, but the whole village never appreciated or noticed the gold bangles she possessed. So she schemed once. She thought of a plan. In the middle of the night, when everyone is at home, she wanted to make sure people notice the little possession she has, the gold bangles. So she set her hut on fire. It was ablaze. And she started crying out loud, "Oh, save me, save my hut." And she went in front of every house in the village and started loudly crying. And the villagers, of course, they all ran out and they saw her and saw the hut. And they wanted to help her. And they all came with buckets of water. And she went, "Please, put some water there and there." She had the bangles. In front of their face, she would say, "Please, put some bucket of water there and there and there." So she has nothing. Just one pair of bangles. And yet she goes out of her way to destroy her own, whatever she had, just to keep her proud moment. And then the villagers noticed, "Oh, the old lady has nothing, but she has the gold bangles." So she burned down her own house. We are like that. We possess some little thing. We always talk of one person. You know who that one person is? Yeah. Okay, we talk of three people. Yes. I, me, and myself. Yeah. Everything, all sentences and all conversations center around this. This, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj said, is the real reason why we are in this world. Another time, there was one king of Kasim Bazar, Maharaja Manindra Chandra Nandi. He invited Gaur Kishodas Babaji to his palace. Gaur Kishodas Babaji immediately rejected his invitation and he sent a reverse invitation to the king. He said, "Dear king, you have said that you want to meet me. My problem is if I come to your palace, I will get attracted to your palace and never leave your palace. But if you really want to meet me and experience the love of God, Gaura Prem, you please come to my house." He didn't have a house, but he said his roadside, place, and distribute all your possessions to your family members and your friends. Give everything up and come and stay with me. Then you will experience Gaur Prem. Of course, the king never came. But this was the way Gaur Kishodas Babaji, he established that real bhakti is without any external bells and whistles. Nothing. It's a matter of the heart. Straight from the heart. And he was so bold, extremely bold. So the same nature of Gaur Kishodas Babaji, the same mood, was passed down to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And hence in the prayer of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what do we say? Apasiddhanta Dvanta Harine. He gave up the Apasiddhanta. He fought the Apasiddhanta. And the same mood was passed down to Srila Prabhupada. Even Srila Prabhupada, once one scientist came from University of California, Berkeley, to speak to Srila Prabhupada. And they were talking something, and Srila Prabhupada, he was putting his point, and the scientist was saying, but sir, in my opinion, the spacecraft, the space technology is very advanced, and it is only a matter of time we will have colonies on Mars and Moon and Venus. And then another time he said, in my opinion, the biotech is so advanced that we will create human life very soon. And then again he said, Prabhupada said one thing, and then he said, in my opinion, everything is food. And Srila Prabhupada abruptly interrupted him. And so, this is a big head of department. Prabhupada interrupted him and said, you are saying your opinion. What is the value of your opinion? We don't take your opinion. Rascals and fools like you should have no opinion. They should come to us to ask for the opinion of Krishna. This is Prabhupada. I was telling like the rich man that Gaur Kishodas Babaji asked the Maharaj of Kasim Bazar to come and stay with him. Even Srila Prabhupada, when he went to Delhi, one very rich man, he approached Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, I need some personal instruction and guidance. So Prabhupada said, yes, what is that? You can speak in front of my disciples. So he said, Swamiji, I have a lot of money, big businesses, and I have a nice family. But I have one problem. I am unable to sleep at night. It's a common thing, right? When you have so much, you're always in anxiety. Srila Prabhupada he said, can you please solve this for me? Srila Prabhupada said, yes. He said, give everything that you have to me and you can sleep well. Of course, the man was shocked. But it is true. He said, give everything to me, I will use it in Krishna's service. Srila Prabhupada was very piercing, and that he got from his guru, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who got it from his guru, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj. Although personally very humble, he could not tolerate fake, show bottle devotees. So he was always correcting, chastising the people who were around him. And he did not care for any following. He did not care. Like I don't remember the place now, but somewhere in Northeast India, maybe in Punjab, Srila Prabhupada met with many Hindu religious sadhus. These sadhus all came to Srila Prabhupada and they said, Swamiji, you're doing such a wonderful thing by giving Krishna Bhakti to so many people all over the world. And people are appreciating. That is wonderful. But we have a difficulty. Srila Prabhupada said, what is the difficulty? So these sadhus, they said, our difficulty is that Swamiji, you are criticizing so many of us also. These are some Mayavadi sadhus, some hodgepodge sadhus, some sadhus with no philosophy, only sentiments. All kinds of mix was there. So they were saying to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are criticizing so many sadhus and even some of us you are criticizing. But in your Bhagavad Gita, you are a follower of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Pandita Samadarshinaha. Pandit means one who is equal to all, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that is correct. Pandit means equal to all. And then He said, and I am Pandita. I am criticizing you all equally. So he says, I'm not discriminating in my criticism of you. I am Pandit. He was like a lion. He could not tolerate nonsense. Nirvishesha shunyavadi paschatya desha tarine. He delivered this nihilism and monism, nirvishesha and shunyavad. The same mood as Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, same mood as Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. However, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji personally had a very sweet side to him. He was deeply connected to the six Goswamis, especially to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And from Raghunath Das Goswami, he had his inspiration of Vairagya. And his beloved was Srimati Radharani. And the deities that he would constantly see, even when he had lost his complete eyesight. In fact, when he had lost his eyesight, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, Babaji, I'll take you to Calcutta and I will get you treated. And if you come, I can be there and I can serve you nicely. Babaji Maharaj said, you will never be able to take me to that material world. He never went to Calcutta. And he said, you want to serve me? You want to serve my feet? You want to serve the dust of my feet? There are so many sadhus loitering in Gaur Mandal. Go and take their dust. I cannot give you my dust. Because you are my guru. This was his mood. Raghunath Das Goswami also had this mood. He was in Radha Kund. And Kothai Go Premamoyi Radhe Radhe. This is the bhajan that he has composed. I will just read the bhajan. I am not a singer. Unless somebody wants to sing the bhajan. Does somebody want to sing the bhajan? Anyone? Would anyone want to sing? No? Okay. So I will just tell you the bhajan with the meaning. Would you like to hear? The only bhajan that we have from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And sorry? Oh, you have it? Do you have the bhajan? You can find it? Okay. It's on KK Songs. Yeah. Kothai go premamayi radhe radhe, radhe radhe go jaya radhe radhe. Where is she? Where is Srimati Radharani, who is full of love? All glories to Srimati Radharani. He then says, Dekha diye prana rakho radhe radhe, tomar kangal tomai dake radhe radhe. O Radharani, please give me your darshan and save my life. Your wretched beggar calls out to you, Radhe Radhe. That's the one, yes. Radhe Brindavana Bilashini, Radhe Radhe. Radhe Kanu Mana Mohini, Radhe Radhe. O Srimati Radharani, you enjoy the pleasure pastimes in the forest of Vrindavan, where you enchant the mind of Krishna. Radhe Ashta Shakhir Shiromani, Radhe Radhe. Radhe Brishabhanu Nandini, Radhe Radhe. Goshai Niyama Kore Shadai Dake, Radhe Radhe. O Radharani, you are the crest jewel among your 8 principal Sakhis. O Radharani, O daughter of Rishabhanu. Raghunath Das Goswami was always calling out, Radhe Radhe. गोसाई एक बार डाके केशी घाटे, आबार डाके बमशी बोटे राधे राधे। गोसाई एक बार डाके निधु बने, आबार डाके कुंज बने राधे राधे। Sometimes Raghunath Das Goswami would call out Radhe Radhe at Keshi Ghat, sometimes at Bamshi Bhat, sometimes at Nidhuvan, sometimes in Seva Kunj. These are all the places where Krishna performed some of the most secret pastimes, including the Rasa Leela. Gosha ek baar dake Radha Kunde, abar dake Shama Kunde, Radhe Radhe. Gosai ek baar dake Kushum bane, abar dake Govardhane, Radhe Radhe. Sometimes Raghunath Das Goswami would call out your name at Radha Kund, sometimes at Shyam Kund, sometimes at Kusum Sarovar, sometimes at Giriraj Govardhan. Gosai ek baar dake Tala bane, abar dake Tamal bane, Radhe Radhe. Gosai malin bashon diye gaye, brajer dhulai, gada gadi joy, Radhe Radhe. Sometimes at Talavan, sometimes at Tamalvan. Raghunath Das Goswami wears a simple cloth which appears to be dirty because he is always rolling in the earth of Braj, crying out, Radhe Radhe. Gosai mukhe Radha Radha bole, bhashe noyoner jole, Radhe Radhe. Gosai Brindabane kuli kuli kede bedai, Radhe boli, Radhe Radhe. Calling out Radhe Radhe, Raghunath Das Goswami's eyes are bursting with a flood of tears. He wanders throughout the lanes of Vrindavan, crying out the name of Radhe Radhe. Gosai Chappan Danda Ratri Dine, Jane na Radha Govinda Bine Radhe Radhe. Raghunath Das Goswami for 56 dandas, each danda is 24 minutes. So 56 dandas is practically, how much is 24 hours minus 1 hour 36 minutes? 22 hours 24 minutes. So for 22 hours 24 minutes, Raghunath Das Goswami performs bhajan. And only for 1 hour 36 minutes, he takes rest. This was Raghunath Das Goswami. And this was the inspiration of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. He says, Chappan danda ratri dine, jane na Radha Govinda bine, Radhe Radhe. Raghunath Das Goswami knows nothing but only Radha and Govinda throughout day and night. Radhe Radhe. Tarpar chari danda shuti thake, Shapna Radha Govinda dekhe, Radhe Radhe. And even the 1 hour 36 minutes that he takes rest, and while taking rest he dreams. In the dream he dreams about Radha and Govinda. This was Gaur Kishore Das Babaji's meditation, constantly meditating on Srimati Radharani. He had spent 27 years in Braj Bhumi, in Radhakund. So, our Guru Parampara, what they have and what they have agreed to give us is such unparalleled treasure. What is needed is that we follow their instructions with sincerity and seriousness, without ulterior motives and without pretense. Any pretense in devotional service is like driving a car in the reverse gear. It will not take us forward. The only one thing, everyone says we want to be humble. The first step to humility is to give up pretense. the first step to humility. So let us pray on this wonderful disappearance day of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Dear Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, please protect me from pride and prestige and pretense. May I always serve the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, life after life. Om Tat Sat. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samved Bhaktivedanta ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Ribo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes.
I don't know.
जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे श्री राधे नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् ईश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलोकलाड्डवमानम् परं हृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या परं हृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं व्रजन्तं करं भोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं व्रजन्तं करं भोजयुग्मेन मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठा स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् इति नन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् तदिहेषितग्नेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतामृति वन्दे भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतामृति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदिं वा न च चैनं वृणेऽहं वरेशदपीह मोक्षं न इदं ते वपुर्नाथा गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य वीरास्त किमन्ये इदं ते वपुर्नाथा गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य वीरास्त किमन्ये इदं ते मुखं भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तलै स्निग्धा रक्तेश्च गोप्या वृतं कुन्तलै स्निग्धा रक्तेश्च गोप्या मोहश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विरास्तम् आलं लक्षलव्ये विरास्तमालं लक्षलभ्ये नमो देव दामोदरनन्त विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःखजलाभिमग्नं नमो देव दामोदरनन्त विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःखजलाभिमग्नं कृपा दृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानु गृहाणेश मामाज्ञा मेध्यक्षिदृश्या गृहाणेश मामा मेध्यक्षिदृश्या कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्तैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजो कृतौ च मूर्तैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजो कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह तथा प्रेम न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते सुधाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय ता विश्वास्य दाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय ता विश्वास्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यं नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यं नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यं प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यं नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यं देवाय तोभ्यं हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of existence, eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose sharp earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing that butter that was kept hanging from the in a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in the mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with the ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and he is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conception of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kind of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Balagopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of my other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benediction are of the use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrow and becomes visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvara, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a as a baby tied with the ropes to a wooden grinding mortar. In that same please give us your own prema bhakti. I want the only thing is for this and there is some.
It's okay, like just leave it.
Yeah.
Let's leave it.
Sorry. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly, then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of entire universe. I humbly bow down to you, your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all the obeisances to you, O Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastime. Shri Radha Damodar ki Jai. I'm very sorry, there are some lines are missing. Not.
Namaste Narasringhaya Namaste Narasringhaya Prahaladadayine Prahaladadayine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shrilatanka Nakalaye Shrilatanka Nakalaye Ito Narshinga Parato Narshinga Ito Narsingha Parato Narsingha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingha Mahir Narsingha Hridaye Narsingha Bahir Narsingha Hridaye Narsingha Nairashringha Madim Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tano Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Shabadrita Tavakar Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tano Bringham Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsinghadev, 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 Jaya Narsinghadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Bhakti Vigna Vinash Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bhaktaraj Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol. Hare Bol. Hare Bol. I don't know. Who's singing?
You please go ahead.
You know how to play harmonium? You can play harmonium? Little? Good.
I think there is one person who can. Hardik can play harmonium. Can you play harmonium? Can you play harmonium? Aribol, can you play harmonium?
It's okay.